Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to look at my clutch number one of 2026. We'll take a look at a little video of mom, a little video of dad, and then we'll break down the clutch. So this first clutch, the female was a pastel lesser cinnamon leopard, Poshet pied, bred to a visual desert ghost, Poshet clown male. So everything coming out of this clutch is going to be 100% het desert ghost, and I believe the female is het pied. First, I got to see if my male is het clown. I could probably test him. The female, I really don't care. I'm not trying to make visual pieds, but I believe she's het pied. So stay tuned. I have one baby that hasn't shed as of yet. I'm going to give them another 24 hours from now, see if she'll shed, or he or she will shed. If not, tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and just shoot that footage for you guys, and then we'll do an update if that one snake, that one baby hasn't shed. The one baby that hasn't shed was the first pipper, and after she pipped, I cut the rest of the eggs because of the situation that I had with the first pipper. She had her umbilicus through her mouth. It was wrapped through her mouth. She couldn't shut her mouth. So I cut the rest of the egg open, and we were able to get the umbilical cord out of her mouth, but not before she had torn it up pretty good because it was stuck on her teeth. So what I did was I ligated the umbilicus, right? I tied a little piece of dental floss around the umbilical cord between the snake's belly and where the umbilical cord was broken and hemorrhaging. It was bleeding. So you just got to make sure you can't just leave, cut the umbilical cord and do nothing, or the snakes could bleed out. So we ligated it, and then we cut it. A couple days later, it dried up and fell off. She's fine. So neat little clutch. I really like cinnamon. As you guys know, if you watched my top 5 incomplete dominant genes video, cinnamon's like my number 3 gene. I really like it. It's a very reactive gene. Just put a little pastel with it and see how reactive it is. So I think I've got a couple pewter animals. We got some leopards. That was the big thing for me, is that I wanted to make sure we got leopard and het desert ghost. I believe I'm going to hold back a male and a female is what I'd like to hold back. It's definitely going to be, there's 3 animals in the clutch that I am looking at, possibly 2 of them for holdbacks. A couple other animals in the clutch that will be available. They're going to be 100% het desert ghost, but I think one's a normal and one's a leopard. I've got 2 more clutches in the incubator. Clutch number 2 is on day 52, I think, 52 or 53. And we should be having pippers on that clutch any day now. And then I have a third clutch. It's probably another couple weeks behind that one. And then I've got 2 girls that I'm 99% gonna lay, and then I got 2 girls that I'm still on the bubble with. So could end up with a total of 7. I think I will have a total of 5 minimally. So that's the way my season's going. I mean, 7 is more clutches than I really like to have. So sit back, go get something to drink, maybe a little popcorn, and check these babies out. Okay, let's take a quick shot of dad. So that's my male visual desert ghost. And he's the father of this clutch. And again, like I said, everything coming out of this pairing will be 100% het DG. He's also pos het clown. So I can get him tested for clown, and if he tests heterozygous for clown, then I can start testing babies to see if they got the heterozygous for clown as well. Okay, This is a shot of mom. Remember, now she's darkened up since the last time you guys saw her on video, because the last time you guys saw her on video was 2 years ago. And she's got a little urate in her tub that I will clean up later and give her some fresh water. But this is mom, and I believe what she is a pastel lesser cinnamon with leopard all the way down. And then it just starts fading away. There's nothing but dorsal stripe on either side. It's just, and it's not white. You can see she's not white. And you can see she's come back pretty well from laying her clutch. You can really see there's really no pattern. Right? And that's how you do this hobby. You see something strange, you hold on to it, and you investigate it, and you work it out through breeding. Here we go. This is my first time doing babies. I've got a setup that I think might work. I got the first baby in here in its hide. These hides, I buy these in a stack, 3 for $1 at the dollar store. Cut them. I get 3 baby hides for $1. So here's our first baby. So this is a little normal, I believe. Could be a leopard, but I believe a normal. And so the first baby here in the clutch is wild type. And this baby obviously will be available. I'll try to find a nice pet home for this one. Hopefully local here. These are the type of animals that I would usually, try to put with a kid. And like I said, this is my first time trying this. So I'm just kind of seeing how it's going. Don't know that I like it, but we'll go with this setup for the first one. And there it is. These babies are tiny. Tiny, tiny babies. Well, first one's a wild type. Put him in. Okay, here we go. Second baby. I believe this one is probably wild type, might be wild type, but this one could be a low expression leopard. And the reason I say that is because back here by the tail started to get some run together pattern. See it back here? The other thing is the alien eyes and the alien heads, right? Really not a lot of alien eyes. Okay, so could be a low expression leopard. I'm going to place it as a wild type. Come on, baby, stay in frame. So I'm going to put it out, and again, this is another one. I'm just going to try to find a good home for it, hopefully local. If not, I'll find somebody who just wants to pay for shipping, and I will get them a nice ball python as a pet. Remember, these are still 100% het desert ghost. Let's get one more good shot of him. Baby's a normal, going to his new tub today. I'll get you right back to the snakes here in a minute. Welcome to another Get to Know Coach. If you've been watching my videos for a while, I've been talking about in these Get to Know Coach, a lot of stuff about me personally, but also I've talked to you a lot about my opinions and things going on in the hobby as a whole. I also wanted to use this part of the Get to Know Coach to also let you know on Keys Constrictors channel on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time, Arizona time right now, on Wednesday nights, myself and Keys Constrictor, we have a podcast called Balls and Things. And I'm really enjoying doing the podcast. I'm right now talking with another hobbyist about another podcast idea that was really his idea, and he approached me about it. And we're in discussions about starting another podcast. And will the podcast be about ball python? Sure it will. We're going to touch on reptiles and whatnot, but we're also going to look at just life, and what goes on in life, and how we deal with it, and how you deal with it as, and maybe in this hobby. So just a couple of guys. Both of us are older guys, and maybe we've got something to offer. Maybe we've got something to offer the community. So I don't even know a title yet, or when we're going to do it, or what channel you'll be able to find it on. But when I have all that information, you will have all that information. And so, going forward, Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time, because Keys is on the East Coast and I'm out here in Arizona. So it's a nice Wednesday evening podcast. We usually have guests on and talk to them about what they're doing in the hobby. I just think it's a great thing for we didn't have all these podcasts and things when we started. And I just think anytime that we have something where you can get to know a breeder a little bit better, or you can see other people's perspective and ideas as far as the challenges and tribulations of the ball python hobby, or the reptile hobby, and for that matter. So I think that's really what we're going to look at. I will let you know as soon as I have the final word on that, and where it'll be, and where you'll be able to watch that. Um, so I'm really at this point in my life, like I told you before, I was coaching high school football for 20 years. I've retired from that, and I tell you, I'm trying to put my time and energy that I used to put into that into this, and I am really having a ball. I just think that this is a great hobby. I've met some of the best people I've ever met in my life. I know the ball python hobbyists and people in the ball python. Not everybody is a positive, type of influence, but I will tell you, other than the animals, the best part of this hobby for me has been the people. I think it's all in the way that you interact with people. Um, and I believe that you can't be a know-it-all, right? You've got to be willing to listen to what other people have to say too. You have to look at what other people opinions are and whatnot. Um, and I just think that we all can help one another. We can all assist one another, and I think we can be a much stronger and better community. Always room for improvement, man. In everything that you do, there's always room for improvement. So I would like to have a better ball python community. I want to be more involved in the ball python community than I have been in the past. And that's why the videos here on my channel. That's why the podcast. And I'm really trying to you know be a bigger part of the hobby, and I guess just be present in the hobby. I've raised all my kids. My kids are all. I've got a son that's going to be 40 years old pretty soon. So I've raised my kids. I've done the coaching and done that part of my life. And this is always a part of my life that I always was very interested in getting into, and trying the social media. Just participate in social media more. I'm doing the YouTube videos. Really don't like Facebook. But I pop in there and make comments and talk to friends and stuff. But I don't spend a lot of time in Facebook or Instagram. I'm definitely spending most of my time here in YouTube and around YouTube. I'm just trying to, put myself out there, interact with other people. I think that in anything that you do, um, building relationships and being able to, work with others is an important thing. I think it's an important skill to have, and I just don't feel like that those skills are utilized that often these days. I'm definitely driving towards more personable interactions. And so that's why I always ask you guys to comment on my videos. It's a way in which you can express yourself and the topics that I've discussed in the video. Um, Right now, I don't get a ton of them, so I'm replying to every comment that I get. So I'd appreciate it, and maybe comment in the video. Um, like I said, I've really enjoyed the interactions that I've had through the channel. So let's get you back to taking a look at this clutch and finishing that up. And you'll see me at the end for a little sum it up goodbye. Appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming by. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It'd mean a whole lot more to me if you'd subscribe to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Okay, this is baby number 3. These are the babies now that we'll be getting my holdbacks from. Remember, all of these babies are 100% Desert Ghost. Mom's paws het pied, and I believe that she's het pied. So these babies would be paws het pied. Dad's paws het clown. So these babies might be het clown, but they're for certain 100% het Desert Ghost. Now remember the genes that are involved: pastel, lesser, cinnamon, and leopard. This is why cinnamon is my second or third favorite gene. This is a pewter. What I believe this is a pastel cinnamon, and I believe also leopard. So when we look at this baby was born, when it hatched, it was silver. Sorry, I hit the camera there. But I think this is going to be 3 gene, pastel, cinny, leopard. There he is. Or her, or him, I don't know yet. All right, kind of really like that. Now remember the mom? Mom is pastel, lesser, cinny, leopard. So I think this is pastel cinny. The only thing I think this one's missing is lesser. Well, let's take another look at them down here on the floor. Trying to look through the, my viewfinder. So that's this one. This one may be a holdback. I need a male. And I think about, I haven't really popped this guy yet, but the other 2 siblings that I favor in front of this guy, I think they're both female. Looking at the tail, this one might be a male, and I'm really looking for a male out of this clutch. I really want a male to go forward, because I have that visual female I'm growing up, but I also have a visual male, but it takes longer to grow up females. The plan here is to keep a male and a female out of this clutch. I got 5 babies. I'm going to choose from these 3. The next 3 I show you. So that is a pewter leopard, in my opinion. My theoretical ID. I will be considering keeping this one. Het Desert Ghosts. I need a male and I need a female. This one I think might be a male. He's got a really long tail. And we pop them. I can't see, because I'm old, I can't see their hemipenes when they're this size. I just can't see them. They're too small. So it could be, I could pop it male. I think this one, based on the tail length, based on its siblings, I believe this one's gonna hopefully be the male I'm looking for. Baby number 4, I popped this one, and I pop it female. I need Jeremy to take a double look. We also got to get them feeding, right? None of these babies are established. They haven't even been offered food yet. Baby number 4, remember mom and how she has the fadeaway? This was the female I showed you with the fadeaway pattern. I don't understand why. This is the only baby in the clutch that shows that. Again, I think this is the same as the last baby. I think this is a pastel cinnamon, which would make it a pewter, and I think it's leopard. And I think it's got that fadeaway thing, gene, or whatever it is that mom has. Because this is pretty cool. Look at this. So there's the leopard pattern with the cinnamon, right? Way more leopardy on this one, right? Now look at the fadeaway. Look at the fadeaway. Holy cow, look at the ringer. The ringer wanting to start right there. Cinnamon, man, it's a reactive gene. I absolutely love it. Right? Very reactive. Right? So that's a pewter, no doubt about it. That's pastel, that's cinnamon. The only gene I don't think this baby has is lesser. So 100% Het Desert Ghost. Beautiful baby with the fadeaway. This one I know I'll be keeping because it's the only one that shows that stuff that's going on with mom. All right, last baby, baby number 5, 5th baby in the clutch. This baby is another baby that I'd like to hold back. Why? It's the only baby in the clutch that has lesser in it. So it's the only way I'm going to get lesser into my Het Desert Ghost project right now. So that's why I'm thinking, and I popped this one also female. So if these two are female, these last two are females, and that one before, baby number 3 is a male, I'll end up keeping all 3. Really digging this one. Like I said, this is the only baby in the clutch with lesser. And I believe, come on, Bubba, stay in there. I believe that this is lesser with Cinny and leopard. So the reason I think it's Cinny is just the color. You know, that's not really lesser. It's not really Cinny. It's kind of, it looks to me like a combo of the both. And then all this run together pattern makes me believe there's leopard in there as well. So I think the only gene this one didn't get, the only gene I think this didn't get in the pairing is pastel. And we all know how pastel looks in Desert Ghost, right? So pastel's not something I didn't want. Let's put them back in the hide, see if we can get it to calm down. It just got introduced to this hide, but it sees it as cover. So it's going right in. Right in. Again, here it is. I think she might be a little female based on her tail length and popping her. You know, you can always see the tail from the cloaca. With females, the tail is shorter. With males, it's longer. Right? They need more room to put their junk away. So, she wants to go. But there she is. I think she's beautiful. I really like her. I really like her. Pastel. No pastel. Lesser, Cinny, leopard. Definitely going to be a holdback. Really pretty. Really tiny. Going to her new home. New tub. And I love, check out the black back on her. I'm digging that, man. You know how I am about blackbacks and dorsals, and I am digging the dorsals on these babies. Really pretty. Lesser and Cinny together are awesome. She was the only baby, if you didn't notice, she didn't shed. She hasn't shed yet. She was the first one to pip. She was the one with the umbilicus in her mouth. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. What do you think of those babies? Pewter, man. I cinnamon and cinnamon and pastel, and you go full blown pewter. I mean, silver. Those babies when they came out of the egg were silver, and you know, I like that because I want to put that in VPI Xanthic as well. So I think we got you know, a normal. I think it's a normal and a leopard. Could be 2 normals, could be 2 leopards. I think one's a normal, one's a leopard is what I'm going to now. we'll let them kind of get a couple meals in them, and we'll see what we think in a couple of weeks. Um, Two pewters, right? Two pewter animals. I believe both pewter animals, pastel cine leopards. I believe there's two of those in there. The one has the fade away, but it didn't fade away like her mom's. So I don't think the lesser. I think the lesser was key to get it lightened up like mom. So I think the only thing that those two animals are missing that mom has is the lesser. And then we had that. I really like the lesser cine. Again, you create lesser as a color changing gene, right? So when you hit lesser and cine together, you get a whole nother color palette to play with, right? That lesser or butter and cinnamon. That's to me, it's a whole different color palette. It's not lesser. It's definitely not cine, but it's definitely to me somewhere in between. I really liked it, so I believe that one that we ligated the umbilicus on, lesser cine leopard. Um, I think that one's a 3 gene as well. That's really one of the ones that I'd like to hold back is the lesser cine leopard, and then the one that is got the fade away like mom. I think I'd like to keep that one as well. And then the other two for sure will be available, and the one I don't hold back, I will offer that animal to Jeremy Kloss first because it's a het desert ghost, and I know he's looking to get into desert ghost. So really like the clutch. I was very happy with the clutch. Didn't get an all gene animal in there, meaning I didn't get basically the duplicate of mom het DG. But I think I got a couple of animals that I can use that will have all four of the genes heterozygous with desert ghosts, and that was the goal, right? So got a good clutch, got some healthy babies, some pretty babies, and I think we'll be able to grow a couple of those up and work those into our desert ghost. The other thing is my Krypton is 100% het desert ghost as well, so we'll be able to get and able to use that male with my visual female desert ghost as well. So that's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Um, if you haven't subscribed, I really appreciate it. If you're watching the videos, you subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. Um, about 2 years ago when I was doing this and putting videos out, I quickly got up to about 255 um, subscribers. When I came back after 2 years of started, when I started was like 122, and I'd fallen down to like 122 subscribers. Well, we're back up to about 167. I think was the last time I looked at it, closing in on 170. I really like to make a push to get to 200 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching my videos, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Um, it's going to help me out in the long run. It makes the so YouTube will recommend my videos to people who are watching videos like my videos. So it helps me out in the long run, helps me get in front of more people, and I would greatly appreciate your support. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you next week.